All right. Welcome to the podcast. I'm Matthew Huey.
I'm Brian Harper.
I'm Frank Curry.
Today we talk about the Rome.
Not to be confused with the Roman helmet.
Right.
Oh, dear God.
Francisco. Edit that out, but I want the clip.
I would have left that in there.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, man. So what do you guys know about the Roman Empire? Actually, I have an interesting story on how it was founded.
It was founded by the Romans
Nope.
No.
in an empire.
No, actually, it was actually two brothers. They were twin brothers, and it was actually their father was the Roman god of war. If I don't know if you guys know anything about the Roman pantheon, Mars was the god of war. It was like the Ares equivalent in the Greek mythology.
Yes, we are.
So they were I guess a lady named Sylvia, I think it was, and the Roman god Mars had twin babies, and there's actually some stories where it's like Hercules is the father, which, by the way, Hercules is a Roman demigod, not a Greek demigod. Everyone gets that confused. Everyone thinks Hercules is the son of Zeus, when actually it's Heracles. Heracles is the son of Zeus, not Hercules. Heracles. Just a little bit of knowledge for you guys for that one.
Tomato, tomato, hair, and hair.
Right. Well, they're the same. They honestly are the same. Like the Romans actually got their gods. That Roman pantheon is actually based off of Greeks. There are a lot of similarities,
Gotcha.
but they changed.
I heard that the Romans started from the Greeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they
Basically.
came from the Greeks. That's
So anyway, Mars and this lady Rhea, they had twin boys, and the king King Amulius, or what, I can't pronounce.
All I can hear is that song
Right.
in my head going,
So-
Amadeus, Amadeus, Amadeus. No, sorry.
So
My
he
bad.
actually felt threatened and thought that one day they would overthrow him. So he ordered them to be put into the Tiber River, and left them, left to be like exposure and whatnot to die. And they were found by a wolf who actually saved them and took care of them, protected them from other animals. And they had, I guess it was like a woodpecker, I think, brought them food. So they were found by a shepherd one day. They grew up, and their names were Romulus and Remus. So Remus was captured by the king's men one time, and Romulus went to save him, and they ended up killing the king in the process. So then they decided that they were, they offered them the position of being the king. They said, "Oh, you guys could, be like a dual king. You guys can both do it." And they turned it down because they wanted to start their own city. So they went, and then the two kind of argued on what hill they wanted to build the city on. And one was I think it was the Aventine Hill, and one was the Palatine Hill. And Romulus wanted the Palatine Hill, and Remus wanted the Aventine Hill. So they both decided to build separate cities. And Romulus built a wall around his, and Remus was jealous of it and made fun of it and jumped over it to show how easily it would be to get into the city. And in anger, out of anger, Romulus killed Remus, and he became the founder of Rome. That's just a little interesting story for you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. A fun fact I heard was the word for wolf that they used also meant prostitute.
Maybe they were found by a prostitute.
Now, most everything says they meant wolf for real, but
Wolves don't even have
Interesting.
thumbs.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's,
Whatever.
Well, it wasn't. I mean, in the Jungle Book, Mowgli was.
in the Jungle Book. Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, isn't that
It's a
fiction?
common story.
Fake.
It's a common story plot.
The bare necessities,
yeah.
certain bare necessities.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Can you tell I have a kid? Anyways.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, I think the purpose of their story of having this story was to kind of give, because I mean, there's not really a whole lot of there's nothing to be proud of with how Rome was founded. So I think it was more or less to give them yeah, this is how Rome was founded, because it was founded by the god of war,
Yeah.
Give them a little bit of pop to their city's, foundation.
It's interesting that they chose wolf, then it's interesting that they made the brother kill the other brother.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Conquest, conquer, power, already thrown right into the start of their civilization.
And the things that they like were out there.
Well, and then after that, they invited everybody to come. It was like a melting pot after that. You know, it was kind of like a little refuge, slaves, pirates, all the unworthies. That after that, it was a city full of men.
Ugh.
How's that going to work? They invited some.
A lot of glazed donuts. We'll say that.
No, sir. That's the Greeks. No.
That's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
Much testosterone in one area. Is that what it was?
Pecking order.
That's got to be. I mean, then after that, they took their women from another neighboring town and of whatever.
Yeah.
I don't feel like saying that.
Yeah. Eating Gilbert grape. No, I'm sorry. That's
No,
horrible.
Jesus. Oh man.
What do they call it? Out of pocket now. We used to call it out of left field when I'm, because
Yeah.
I'm old. It's out of left. Now it's,
I remember that.
that was out of pocket, right? Is that what it is?
Yep.
That was out of pocket. Gilbert grape. And like Nirvana, they made that really good song, Grape Me. You know about Grape Me?
No,
That's not the song.
What?
That's not the song. That's not the song.
Okay.
Take away the
You
G.
changed it to Grape, man. So Grape Me.
Okay, gotcha.
Take me.
Yeah. Pretty messed up, but yeah. Well, I thought, so I'm thinking this is a great time we're bringing this up. I'm seeing this a lot on social media and TikTok about women asking their men if they think about the Roman Empire and why they're thinking about the Roman Empire. Did you see any of those?
No.
Yeah. Oh,
Did
yeah.
you?
Yeah. So,
Maybe I have.
Thought it was
Have you?
hilarious because
Maybe
I
I have.
constantly I think about it a
I
lot.
think about the Roman Empire too. And I didn't really start thinking about it until I saw one of those videos and I'm like, what are they talking about? So then I'm like, well, what do I remember about the Roman Empire? And I don't remember much because I was a drug addict when I was younger. But the stuff I do remember, I started researching online and looking at it, and I started thinking to myself, well, why is it so important now? Why is the Roman Empire important now? Or people are thinking about it now prior to another time? So then I start comparing it to time now, and there is some kind of similarities in there. However, if you do the research, or even if you ask ChatGPT, if you do fake research, or not fake research, lazy research. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh.
But so if you do the lazy research, it says that we have to be in mind that even though times are similar, that there's main differences is that now we have process and voting.
Yeah,
is the difference. But then again, we start seeing some sliding scales on the voting. So does that take us right back to there? That's obviously my first question, and I'm not going after the big vote. Obviously, that is the one everybody talks. I'm talking about on a smaller level because I'm seeing prosecutions happen and stuff at smaller levels, magistrates and all stuff like that. Whoa! All right. So anyway, yeah. So I mean, like, it loses its integrity, right? So if the integrity is not there, and they're basing on the difference in between the two being that integrity, and that integrity is not there, therefore they're the same. So I started diving more into, well, why is it the same? How is it the same? And it's actually pretty uncanny how close we are. I mean, some of the stuff, like one of the first things that comes up is how it manipulated its people. One of the first things was propaganda. Can you believe that?
Yep.
One of the first things that they did with rule and ways to manipulate the people is propaganda, making people question everything, not knowing what's true, not knowing what's false. And they did this even before AI. Like right now, I've seen that this is going to be the year of when video surveillance turns to crap, because AI can now do video, right? So if an AI can do a video and show somebody saying something or doing something, and that can be done, now you question if it's really the person in front of you saying it. So that person can say, oh, no, that wasn't me. That was AI. And you don't know. You don't know.
You can manipulate voices and everything.
Everything.
Yeah,
well, video is the hardest to do. You can
video,
manipulate voices as much as you want, but video is the hardest thing.
And it looks so
and
real.
It looks so real, man.
Scary how real that looks.
Yeah, and it's gotten better over time. Like originally when they first started doing AI with that, they would the person would have when they would move or something, the person would have 5 feet or 7 heads, or it just wouldn't scale right. You know what I mean? Now it's getting close. Lots closer. I mean, it's already a lot closer than it was then. But there's still sometimes you could see
that's scary.
Something in there where it's not legit.
Doesn't
you know what
look natural.
But I mean, And it's everywhere. They're adapting AI everywhere, hospitals everywhere. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But that's one of the main pieces of propaganda. So AI is going to help elevate that propaganda that we've already seen here for a number of years, right? Some other things that I went into is like bread and circuses, free food, for vaccinations. We've done that here, right? We do free food for this, free food for that. Circuses they did in the Roman Empire. They were talking about entertainment, Coliseum Gladiators. I mean, oh man, I would love to watch that now. That would be the shit.
Dude.
Just pure energy. I would just want to rip my shirt off and bite a chicken bone or something like that.
Bite a chicken bone.
So, I don't know, whatever. Some kind of bone, just to bite on it. Like,
but they use it as a way to kind of mask. As a mask.
Keep them fed, keep them full, keep their mind off of what we're doing behind the sines. And meanwhile, what do we have going on behind the scenes here? We have bills and laws going in the middle of the night. Yep. 3 o'clock in the morning, they get signed. If that's not talking about doing something behind the scenes while they're keeping everybody fed or sleeping.
Right.
I don't know what is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's crazy. Like the more and more I dived into this, the more and more I felt my heart going in the pit of my stomach because of just the blatant what they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how it compares to today. Like how it compares to today. So I totally get every TikTok video coming to me now about, does your boyfriend talk or think about the Roman Empire?
Yeah, because what is the Roman Empire? It's a cautionary tale because it fell, even though later on I'll disagree with that.
Right.
But it is a cautionary tale of an entire powerful civilization that fell.
Yep.
And we're following footstep by footstep in the same path.
I'll dive in further. So I went in and we went. So there's censorship, which we already have that with misinformation. So they did censorship back then. We call it misinformation now. There's also military force, which we see that. We see these 3-letter bureaus taking advantage of people left and right. We see that as a militia, pretty much, right? I mean, they seize your assets and they not let you eat. What's that? Like third world country shit right there, right?
Yeah.
Take all your money, take all your food, live on your own. See you later. You're going to let all these other people in. See you later. Okay. You know what I mean? Another one, taxes and tribute. Don't even get me started on taxes.
Oh, good.
But they've been taxing the shit out of us. Don't even get me started. You tax me before I even buy a goddamn thing. This is ridiculous. Sorry for, using your name in vain, Father, but I'm just saying, like, that's ridiculous. Right. How much money do you need to take off of me? You know what I mean? Like, how much more? You take 20% tax off me, now you're taking this off me. Now the interest rates are raising through the roof. Now I can't afford, if I'd sell my house and rebuy my house today, I can't afford it.
Yeah. Yep.
Can't afford it. And I make a living. You know what I'm saying? What else did I got? Here, divide and rule. Divide and rule. Like, how is that not? It is all division. They want to divide all of us up and separate us all out. And think about it. We don't even have to go as the glamorous political system they are. Say we're a business. We just have all these people working for us. And we have this group of body of people, and they're all getting fed up with us making them work all these over hours. They're talking about doing a union, formalized together to do it. Well, what do? What's the first thing you do? You try to break that union up. What do? You divide it. So you try to figure out a way to divide that group of people so they go against each other instead of against you. You know what I'm saying? Think of it as a business. That's how they try to stop unions, right? They try to stop unions in that fashion. That's why, well, I mean, in other fashions as well, but I'm assuming that that's one of the ways to do it. The only way to stop this body from overthrowing us is have the body go at themselves. And we have it constantly. Look at the way that they divide us with race. Look at the way they divide us with politics. They divide us in every which way they can. Every which way they can.
Poor and rich. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Don't even. There used to be a 3-body system, right? Poor, middle, and upper class. It's no longer that. The middle class is getting smoked. Yeah. They're trying to just be upper and lower. That's all they want, and that's exactly like it was when Roman Empire.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not only that, but let's talk about another. I'll talk about one more, and then I'll let it go. But it's citizenship or social status. That's what they used in the Roman Empire was citizenship or social status. So citizenship meaning that if you were a citizen, you got better benefits than somebody that wasn't a citizen. We're doing that now. We do that with mental disorders. We do that now with living status. We do that now with political status. We do that. If you're a MAGA supporter, you are demonized. You are not a citizen. You're a non-citizen in the Roman Empire. Think of it like that. Anybody that says they're anything, I mean, and I'm not saying I'm for Trump or not. I'm for Ronald McDonald over what we got going on. But all I'm saying is no matter how you look at it, It's how it is.
You're about
How it
to
is.
go
They
viral,
separate. They
Frank.
separate you out. They separate you out. Either you're, you know, the Capitol is bullshit or it wasn't. You know, or the stuff that happened with Black Lives Matter is bullshit or it wasn't. They just separate everything out. They'll never, and they never. When they do headlines of papers, why do they have to detail one race all the time and never another? So like they constantly do it. Why detail a race at all? Why don't you just say one man killed another man? Why does it have to be a man killed a black man? Why? Why? What's the reason for that? There has to be a reason. These people that are running these papers can't be stupid. They can't be stupid.
No,
So there has to be a reason behind it. So they're doing it for division. Division. And let's look at it this way. They're losing. They lost the black vote already, right? They lost the black vote. So what are they trying to do? Immigrant vote.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. So more division now. So what they're going to say is, hey, it don't matter if you're black, white, or whatever. Either you're from here or you're not. We have 400 and some thousand people that just came in here. You have a citizenship, a temporary citizenship. Now you 400,000 people are different than everybody else here, and you're segregated than everybody else here because if you don't keep who's in office that brought you here, you're not going to be here anymore.
Right.
So now you're segregated. So now you don't have a choice. You have to go one way or the other. If you go the other, you're out of here. But so that means you can only go one way. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all about division in this place. And that's what it is. And think about it. What's the percentage of people that are wealthy? What are the percentage of the people at the top that are wealthy?
Like under 1%?
And who are the politicians and how many politicians are wealthy?
Probably all.
In that one.
Yeah, they're in that
Exactly.
1%.
And it's not because of writing books, Bernie Sanders or whoever saying that they're writing books. It's not because of that. You know, I mean, I keep throwing names out there. It's horrible. But nonetheless,
Not wrong though.
it's serious. Nonetheless, all these people are wealthy at the top and all of them are just running their mouth and all of us are just sitting here. But thankfully, because of social media and them not getting rid of TikTok, we're starting to see the fine lining. We saw the fine lining with Maui.
Yep.
People saw the fine lining with Maui, called people out, and then watch that person become a victim. We're seeing it. Yeah. We're seeing it. So I'm hopeful that the Roman Empire doesn't actually happen because people are seeing it, but it's all there. It's the more I dive into it, the more I want to just run into a wall and see if I can stop. I would rather take the green or the red pill. You know what I mean?
Right.
So let me blow your mind a little bit more.
Oh, great. Here we are. Wonderful.
TikTok is no longer the free speech place we think it is.
Why is that?
So they moved all of their data to the US. Company that's storing the data front for a 3-letter organization.
Oh, wonderful.
Guess what happened about 2 weeks ago?
What?
Their algorithm switched that you are no longer shown in front of everybody. You're only shown to those who have immediate interests.
Well, how do they determine who has immediate interest? By what you look at?
Yeah.
That's stupid. What if I get stuck on something? I fall asleep.
Yeah,
or the
that's
cat
something
touches
Well, do you ever
something
do
or
that?
something?
Do you ever like,
Yeah.
you ever like search a video, heart it, watch the video all the way through, turn your phone off, come back 20 minutes later, go through your feed? That's what you're going to find.
All that. Yeah.
All that.
Well, what about that's horseshit. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why they're failing at doing their technology and censoring anyway. It's because I keep saying not interested in these things that come up on my and they still keep coming up. I even say I'm not interested in this person or what do they call it? That's doing the media or whatever, a creator. I'm not interested in this creator's content.
Okay.
They still come the fuck back up. So what do you mean? Obviously, I don't like that. I'm not in that. So because I didn't like it, you're going to keep me in that algorithm? That's stupid.
Right.
So I'm already not a fan of this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the only free speech we have left is Twitter, and everybody's demonizing Twitter and dividing us because of Twitter, because of 1 minute a man being the greatest man in earth, like Tony Stark, giving another person or another place internet, but now being the demon for trying to go for free speech. I don't understand this place. I don't get it either. Somebody please pinch me.
I think we do still have podcasting as well.
Podcasting
is one other place
Rogan,
where we could still
like
get
Rogan stuff. Yeah,
we can still get truth out through here yet. This hasn't been taken yet.
Yet. Well, however, it has been manipulated pretty hard on YouTube, has it not?
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah. So, I mean, there it is right there. And not only that, but propaganda. We already have proof of people getting paid to shield things or not show things or to do this or to shut this off or stuff like that. Like, honestly, the more and more I looked into this, the more and more I was disappointed I looked into this. Honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly.
No, I hear you. I hear you because you see something so great, so powerful, apparently vanish.
Yeah.
It's scary when you think about it in today's society.
Apparently vanished.
It didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't. It didn't vanish.
No, I mean a lot of the things that they came up with are still existing today. So how
I
could you
think
say
they
that it
still
vanished?
exist.
They do. Well, you mean the Roman Empire?
Oh, I don't think it went away. I think it became the church. Where's the Vatican located? What do you think's in their
Well, I
basement?
mean,
Where did all the Roman treasure go?
religion
Right.
is one of the things they manipulated.
Smart.
Religion is one of the things they manipulated. And if you look at it, I don't know if people know this or not, but the main central bank for the United States is at a church. I don't know if you know that, but like there's
did
only some
not.
people that, well, not backed by the church, but from what I've been seeing and stuff that I read a long time ago, that you know how the central bank is only certain people can get in that bank.
Mhm.
But there's certain people that are in the bank. Well, and no matter, it's crazy. Like it's not like I know I talked bad about celebrities and stuff, but you know they're kind of at mercy too. You know what I mean? Like from some of the stuff and some of the outliers that they can't control, or somebody goes out like they're talking about. One guy was talking about a Jewish family that was running everything. I don't know what that is or whatever.
Oh,
But it was
I remember that.
anti-Semitic. So who
I
was that?
remember.
That was Kanye West.
Kanye West,
was
yeah.
running about
Kanye.
being an anti-Semite because he said something like stuff like that. Like that's usually how it goes. I mean, I try not to speak out too much because I'm a tall, white, bald guy. So right away, I'm a racist. But
Right.
I have a daughter that's of color, and I take care of her. Like you know, what I mean, I love her. She's mine. It's not like she's a daughter of color of my fiance's. That's a kid of somebody else. No, this is my child.
Right.
So obviously, I have nothing wrong with you know black women. I had a child with one,
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but I'm still a racist. And even when I say, "What do you mean I'm a racist?" I have a child. They're like, "Oh, that's like saying your best friend's black." I said, "Are you fucking stupid? What do you mean? That's like saying your best friend." Yeah,
put your
that's.
dick in-
I guess I was just drunk one night and I fell into a black woman. I don't fucking know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
but nonetheless, that's how it is. Some, you know, these celebrities are at that the mercy of the will too. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen you know videos or you know, of course, it's all. Conspiracy theories, right? But you know, like LeBron James wearing a dress. What's that about?
Old what?
There's a video of LeBron James going wearing a dress. Now again, it could be AI. You don't know, but they're saying that they're saying that it's paying his patronage. He's doing his patronage because if you do something wrong or something, you have to show humility.
Or somebody else that
Bro, what?
that sorry.
Yeah,
Or
so
somebody
that's what I'm
else that
saying.
did like they did like the emo hairstyle too with piercings.
There's a
and
new
stuff.
one that did that, right?
Oh, was
Yeah,
that
yeah.
the UFC thing?
No, that was
Oh, the
basketball players
player
on the
now.
Heat.
I just saw
Oh,
that
really?
today. I
Yeah.
just saw that today. I'm like,
Yeah,
I like them better with the dreads, bro. Come
right,
on,
right.
man. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Wasn't
No,
that AI generated?
I don't know.
No, that
See,
was
there you go, though. Look
he
at
did it for real.
thought
there
it
it
was
is.
AI.
Propaganda, AI generation.
Ah,
We
yeah.
have no idea what to
Maybe
believe, what's false,
wasn't
what's
real.
fiction,
Because
what's true.
yeah, it showed him like walking up and then on the stage to
Well,
talk.
he's talked
what
and
it
then
was?
people laughed. He's like, and he even said like, yeah, go ahead, laugh, you know. And then he even said that it was an emo style, like it was, you know, that was interesting.
The same. I feel that you know, no matter what, let's put it this way: no matter who you are, you're at the mercy of the dollar. You could be the most, unless you're so wealthy that you don't care about the dollar power, but you need to get to that wealth. But until then, you will do whatever you need to do to keep making that income. So whether it's watching what you say on a podcast, or watching what you say at a hospital, or watching what you say at work, or whatever, it makes you scared because you can't really speak your full mind because you're scared of backlash when there should be no backlash. It should be an open, you know,
Yeah.
unless I'm saying, you know, terroristic threats. You know what I mean? There's a gray area, right?
There's
You
a
know?
gray area.
But nonetheless.
Yeah, I can see where you're going with that for sure.
What if they're canceled? Look at Dave
But-
Chappelle. He was canceled. It took him how long to get back? I mean, there was some stipulations with that came along that they screwed him out of money and stuff. Conversations he was saying, but at the end of the day, they have your power. You could say, oh, you know what? I don't want to work for anybody. I want to do my own business. Well, you do work for somebody. You work for your customers.
Yeah.
Because if your customers aren't there, you don't work.
Yeah.
If the business you're working for is not there, you don't make money.
Yeah.
So no matter how you look at it, you're working for somebody. Either you're working for somebody directly and you're getting a paycheck from them, or you're working for your customer.
So what is the division giving? I mean, like the new way of having slaves, or is it just all control? What do you think?
I think it's all control. I mean, if you look at some of these videos of the World Economic Forum and stuff like that, it's like you'll own nothing and be happy.
The Bond villain guy.
Yeah.
What the heck, Charles, Dr.
Schwab or whatever his name is.
It's not Schwab. That's the finance guy.
Oh,
Isn't it?
no. I don't know. Who
Maybe
you're
it is
talking
Dr.
about. Yeah, I don't
Schwab,
know.
but not
Anyways, I saw
Charles.
that. I just know he's an evil man. That's all
He
I know.
is.
It's pretty much what it is. And I don't understand why. Like, I'm just a different person. And maybe it's different when you get there. Because to make that much money, you have to step on throats. You have to. There's no way. For you to make that much money, you have to be sleazy at times.
Well, that's
It's
the
just
thing,
how
if
it is in business.
If you start giving up that type of control,
Yeah.
you start giving up the control and people start, you know, if we're not divided anymore and we see all this, you know, there's a chance to be overthrown. They're not making that. They're not the top 1% anymore.
Yeah, I mean, people don't understand. Like I just saw on TikTok or something that there was, or it wasn't TikTok. I think it was Facebook or something. But it was a girl that was valedictorian and was like queen of the, not queen, but like, main GPA of the school. She had like the highest GPA of the school and everything, was like valedictorian and stuff like that. There's a video of her dancing one night after hours, and the principal saw it. He was writing her letters to school and everything. He said, "No, I don't like the way you're dancing." So I stripped everything. You know what I mean?
Dang.
But at the end of the day, that dude works for us. We don't understand. Like all these politicians, everybody works for us. They get paid off of our dime. They get paid off of us. So we have these amendments to help us overthrow some of that. So even with that principal per se that was doing that, there's a way that you can get him in trouble because he works for you. You know what I mean? Like there's an insurance policy or an insurance claim after every a social servant. If there's any servant, they have to have an insurance claim on their insurance policy. So if you go after their insurance policy, get a claim on their insurance, that's how you act. That's from the little bit I was seeing. There was people I was commenting on, and they started trying to tell her how to go after them. There's actually ways to go after these social servants or these public servants because they work for us and they get paid from our dollar.
Right.
That's in principals, assistant principals, everybody that gets paid from the state is a servant, public servant.
Yeah.
And they have to have this insurance information on them or insurance plan on them. So if you can go after their insurance and gain their insurance, you now have them in hot water.
Right.
Because they need that insurance to cover them as a public servant.
That's control.
Control. I think it's control. I think it's control. Because look at these 15-minute cities. What about that other one that's the line or the wall or whatever? They want you to live in this little containment area and just not go anywhere. Limit how far you can go. Limit what you're doing. Limit your car. Limit if you have a car, you need to start.
Yeah.
And it's not just that. They're also trying to make it look good and appealing. Look at tiny homes and stuff and carbon footprint. And they're trying to make it look good.
There's a question. Are we destined, if that's the case, like the way we're going, are we destined to repeat history then? Are we destined
I'm hopeful in some instances, like a civil war, if it gets that bad, as messed up as that sounds, and I don't want it to be that way.
Right.
But you can't keep doing this to us. You can't. Like, bro,
Well,
we're having a government shutdown after we just gave how much money to Ukraine again.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure out why are we giving money away if a couple weeks later we're saying we can't run the government now.
Yeah.
Like, well, how stupid do you have to be and like not question that? Like, why? And we don't have enough money to run the government, but we're housing all these immigrants.
Here's a question too.
5-star hotels.
Why?
You know what I mean? Like there's anything, the way I look at it this way, sorry, I don't mean to.
Oh, you're good. God.
The way I look at it this way, anything that is hypocritical or has a double standard in its sense is horseshit. So as soon as I see hypocrisy or as soon as I see a double standard in anything, especially when the government's involved, as soon as the government's involved, I'm already on the fence. I'm already on the fence.
Right.
What is this? Do I trust this? Whatever. But as soon as I see anything hypocritical or double standard in itself, while I'm on that fence, I jump right back on the opposite side. Because I want nothing to do it. I did it with the vaccine. As soon as you started giving me burgers and French fries that are against health in any other case, like cardiovascular health, you're going to give me meat fat and everything that you're saying is no for me to get a vaccine for health. I immediately saw the hypocritical bullshit. And the dude that was giving the burgers, like, is it proper to eat a burger at this time in the morning? What do you mean? You don't even know? What are you eat caviar all day? What are you fucking stupid? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like as soon as I see one piece of hypocritical double standard horse shit, I know there's an agenda or a dollar behind it.
Yeah.
And then not only that, but going into this, I knew that Pfizer they got hammered. They were known for the biggest payout from a lawsuit.
Yes, I seen that.
So you're telling me Pfizer is the biggest payout from a lawsuit because they were going to doctors and fucking with doctors and getting doctors to lie for them and shit too. They had the biggest payout, and now we're going to put all our trust into them to give everybody on the earth a vaccine for a disease or a sickness that we don't know that much about.
Right.
Yeah.
So as soon as I saw the hypocritical shit, I was like, I'm out. For health. I mean, most of the people that are here for health in the line for vaccine, that's where their health journey begins and ends because they're like, you could tell their health by looking at their ankles.
Right.
You ever do that? Did you ever do that?
Absolutely.
You can tell how healthy somebody is by looking at their ankles.
Yeah.
You ever do that?
How's that?
Because think about it. Pitting a demon, anything with the heart or anything like that automatically goes to the ankle. Pulling in the ankles, bruising in the ankles. You'll see, you know what I mean? Anything like that.
Oh,
anything
okay.
anything to the liver, to kidney, to the
Right
heart,
to the
anything like
ankles.
that, automatically your water. Look at he's checking his
Start
ankle. It's
getting
funny. No, so like the water, think about it. Your body's going to have extra water. It needs to go somewhere. Well, gravity is a part of everything, right? So where does the water go? If you're standing all the time and your body's creating that water from your heart or heart disease or something like that, the water is going to be in your legs. That's where it's going to go. It's going to go down the bottom. That's why there's sequential Ted's boots. There's boots and stuff like that that get the stuff move, to get the liquid to move and the fluid to move back through the legs, through the body.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? That's what happens. So you can always tell how healthy somebody is by can't say it's an end all be all, obviously. But the first thing inkling I look at is looking at your ankles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's messed up to some like I'm a teeth guy too. Like if I look at your teeth and you have nice teeth and stuff like that, I notice that. But if I look at your teeth and your teeth are, yeah, but if I look at your teeth and your teeth are busted and you don't brush them or anything like that, then I think when I was in my 20s, the first thing I always think is like, if upstairs looks like this that everybody sees, what's downstairs look like? That's what I was in my 20s, you know what I mean?
Right.
But now I'm just like, come on, like, ugh, what are you doing? Your teeth are orange.
Take
You
care
know
of
what I mean?
yourself.
Like, take care of yourself. What's going on? I mean, proper hygiene. And then I'm thinking to myself, do you have kids? What's their proper hygiene? Stuff like that. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But I always take little cues. I have, I am anxiety and I have a speedy brain. So, I mean, maybe that's from the drug use, but I have a speedy brain. So I notice things like that. Like I pick up on little cues and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I like the people watch too. I'm a people watch.
Speaking of hygiene, I know that Rome was one of the first to really like bring in like an irrigation type of system and actually start like bathing frequently.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
there was a lot of good things that got in with the Roman Empire, like
There was
architecture.
so much.
Oh,
The
yeah,
architecture.
but there was such
Roman
bad,
numerals.
there's such bad bullshit.
Yeah, it helps
that
me
happened.
count.
Yeah, I mean, I only have to Google them every Super Bowl, but you know,
Yeah.
To remember what one, just to find out which one it is.
I forget which one's 50. Is that a C? I don't know. Whatever.
Well, no, they were
Yeah.
able to do that because they were like one of the
Educated.
first. They were educated. They're one of
Very
the first
educated.
populations to be able to like mass produce concrete.
And it sucks.
concrete was
Yes,
a big
it's
thing
true.
they
Concrete
made.
was a huge thing. They were the
Yeah.
first to do it, but they were the first to figure out how to produce it in like in mass quantities. And you know, it's what is it? Just burning limestone, like burn limestone, and then it takes all the water out of it, and then eventually you just add water back into it, and it hardens up again.
Yeah, yeah. The
You crush it
aqueduct
and-
thing was pretty cool though.
That
I've
was
seen
cool.
in the Colosseum.
Yeah.
They now proved in the beginning of the Colosseum they would flood it,
and have boat
and have
battles.
actual ships in the Colosseum
Yeah.
reenacting wars.
They would reenact wars with ships in the Colosseum. They would flood it.
What?
They would flood the Colosseum.
That is so cool.
That's awesome. I wish. Could you imagine seeing that today?
Here.
Yeah, why don't you, like that'd be better than the Super Bowl? Like
It
I
would
would,
be.
I would watch that.
Thing is, they actually killed each other.
Obviously we don't want to do that.
They
but-
did that. They actually killed each other.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
they
Colosseum?
had like
Yeah.
almost like gladiator fights. They would
Oh
have
my
ship battles in there and
God.
kill each other,
Oh,
and
I don't know about
and they would do cool
Let's
things.
just do paintball skirmishes instead.
Yeah. So they would actually
out.
they would bring in like alligators and stuff and put the alligators in the water. So if you fell into the water, you were probably getting eaten by an alligator.
Yeah, they did do away with it after a couple years.
Yep.
Wow.
And then they made it a subfloor where they would make the animals pop out, and it had places for gladiators and everybody to get
My
ready. Pretty wild.
It was wild. But it was again, it was just it was a form of like manipulation or like just a hey, watch this hand and not this one.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's all
mean,
it was.
It's bad that my mind is going this way, but I'm thinking to myself, what would that be like today? I'm thinking to myself, like a dude dressed up in a tiger suit going after some guy running around with
Right.
little whippers.
Oh, good Lord.
That's what I think today's day and age. Anyways, let me.
Oh, back
that's
then
just
was
where my
way
brain-
more
Again,
my brain's
gruesome.
at.
that's TikTok.
That's TikTok. Yeah.
That was way more gruesome back then, you know.
Candy.
It's like
Candy. Candy. Roman Empire. Don't trust your government. I mean,
That's what it is.
that's basically what it is.
mm,
What we're getting at. Yeah. No, but I mean, there was something going on. They didn't want the people to,
Yep.
revolt or
dumb.
like, keep them dumb. Exactly.
Keep
So
them dumb.
they start questioning things, throw the Christians to the lions, won't let them do that. That's,
Yep.
it was just how the Romans were. Nowadays,
I
they
think-
do the same thing. I think it's just in different ways.
I think another big thing that everybody really focuses in Roman Empire, not the Ramen Empire, that's China.
I thought that was a noodles.
That's why I said China. That's where it's from.
I thought that was a legit thing. Now I feel stupid.
Oh my God.
Oh man, I gotta go home and research the ramen empire.
It probably is. I mean, at this point, it probably is an empire. I buy them all the time. I shouldn't.
Like the
Definitely
sodium
should.
empire.
Dude, they actually change the structure of your genetics for your hormones. They believe it's actually causing puberty to start earlier in women.
What is?
Ramen noodles. Ramen? Ramen?
Ramen.
What? Ramen.
I don't know. I call them ramen.
No,
ramen.
What? It has to be the no. It has to be the chicken.
The
It's
chicken
gotta-
with the
it's
stuff.
the hormones and everything they're putting in
Yeah.
the chicken. You put the hormones in the chicken and stuff, and then you eat the hormones.
But I
You're
eat
gonna have
beef.
the hormones, right? Huh?
I
I'm
eat
talking about
beef.
women and stuff like. I mean, there's they put hormones in beef too, don't they? I mean, they're making
Yeah.
fake beef now. Who knows what the fuck they're
Yeah,
putting?
Who knows what the.
We're talking about ramen noodles, so I figured.
Do you eat the?
I
Do
eat
you,
the
eat,
beef
do you only
ones.
eat the chicken ramen? Do you do the shrimp ramen or the beef ramen?
I do beef,
I do beef and
but
chicken.
chicken's my number one.
Yeah, chicken's number. I've never done any other ones. I never even. I'm like, why? If
Beef's
it's-
good, but I like chicken.
If it's chicken, if it's not broke, why fix it? Chicken's good.
Well, that's usually when I get them when I'm broke.
I don't do a lot of the. I went to college too. Man. Yo, I'm not broke. I still eat ramen. But I only do one pack. I do 2 packs, but I only do 1 flavor pack.
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
'cause
yeah.
It's still really high. in
So
sodium.
much sodium.
So
But I put
much in
pieces
there.
of chicken in it. Then too.
Right.
Now my daughter does
you
egg and
put
all this
chicken in it?
crazy shit.
Oh,
does
she
in it.
makes actual
she's-
ramen noodles.
Oh, she's crazy.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
That's the real
She cooks
stuff.
and does everything. Yeah. But so I did more research, and I'm bringing it up here. Did more research because I'm like, all right, well, what was life like as a citizen during?
Mhm.
Because I'm like, I know what life was like now during the United States Empire. So what's it like during the Roman Empire? And it's made up of a number of classes. Never thought of that.
Oh,
But it's mostly the only difference then is they have a class that's slaves. We don't have a slave class, other than happy wife, happy life.
oh dear God.
That
I'm
might
gonna
be.
get some hate.
Yeah,
Anyways, so there's 3 classes, right? Upper class was senators and equestrians. Go figure there, right? Senators
Right.
and equestrian. And then middle class was your mostly, your majority of people, and that was the sizable portion. And it was the artisans, merchants, and professionals, which makes sense. It's middle class today, right? You have your professional, and then you have low class. And low class is it's the largest segment of population. Go figure. It's laborers, farmers, and urban workers lived in cramped apartment buildings in cities. They faced economic challenges and often struggled to make ends meet. And they relied on the government's distribution of free grain, breads, and circuses for sustenance. So again, I regret doing this research. I do, because the more and more I look at it, the more and more it aligns to today. And that makes me nervous, especially for my kids. Because like I'm 41, man. I might have to endure this another 20, 30 years tops. You know what I mean? Especially with my life before this, I'm probably going to catch up with me eventually. So I only have 30 years, 40 years tops. I'm taking 20, 30 years on this earth. I don't have that much to endure. But it's turned a lot, like in the last 3 years, it's turned to shit pretty quick. So we're probably all going to have to endure this. You guys are what, like 10 years?
31,
So,
yes.
Yeah. So you guys will have to endure a little more than I will. But my worry is for the kids, man. What are the kids going to do? I mean, I remember what it was like when I was a kid. We used to leave the front doors open, locked, unlocked. We used to go out all the time. I used to be out all the time. Every day, morning to night, to be out all the time. Go out driving around. We used to go to cruise trips in Shamokin or Shenandoah. I called Shenandoah. See what you did to me?
Yeah, that's because you're not from there anymore.
Yeah, from Shenandoah. 462. Anyways.
Fuck.
Yeah. I was going to say it. I'm glad you did. But it's a total different time now than then. You know what I mean? Like, and we had less social media then. We had more face-to-face time then. We'd have to go over our friend's house or call our friend's house on a landline phone with a dialer that spun around. I'm not
I
talking
do
that
not
old.
know what you mean.
A rotary phone.
A rotary
You don't know what a
phone?
rotary
A
phone
rotary
is?
No, I mean it wasn't in part of my childhood.
Yeah, it was part of my childhood. Rotary phone is
Part of
my childhood.
you're older than I am. It was part of mine.
Well, maybe
You didn't
just
have a rotary
one.
phone? No.
I did.
What the?
I had one. Did you have one of those slider boxes? You remember the slider boxes?
Yeah,
that
I had a
used to get you
slider box.
a fake television they used to have back in the day? Do you know about that? So it was this plastic box that had like this laminate fake wood grain on top of it. And it had a little slider that was metal, but had like a plastic encase. I can't believe I remember exactly how. But it had like a point on it like this. And that was the slider. And then on the side of it were all numbers. and you would move the slider to the number, and that number is the television channel. But we used to
I
get them
had one of those
hacked.
too.
We used to get them
Did you not have
hacked.
one of those?
Where you could get like HBO and everything. And this is before like the football cards came out. Because you know about, I used to hack DirecTV. I mean, I used to know somebody that used to hack DirecTV cards back in the day. I mean, that was years ago. But anyways, used to know somebody that used to hack the TV cards or the football cards that you would just jam them and put them back in the DirecTV, and then they would get, your channels and everything again. So it's come a long way. Now everybody just hacks Fire Sticks.
Oh yeah,
I mean, so
I know that.
Yeah. So everybody does one, or the Cody or whatever, you know what I mean? But it's come a long way. I know it is. But
everybody streams everything.
Yeah.
Streaming apps.
I don't know.
Television, I don't even know how it's even surviving, to be honest.
Well, people are going back to it now because all the different channels coming in.
Yeah.
It's more expensive now to stream than it is to have regular.
Oh, is
cable.
it really? I didn't know that. Oh,
yeah, I'm paying over $70-some for all the different streams.
Oh.
Doesn't
What it
YouTube
used to
TV
be.
now have like everything and
Yeah, and you know
You
how
still gotta
much
pay
it
for
is?
that.
like
You know
$70-some.
$70-some. Yeah,
Right.
77.
I don't watch that.
Actually, I
you
just
have it.
canceled it.
Oh, gee.
I don't watch that much TV. I really don't.
I
Play video games, fuck around with programming, coding, hang out with my family, work with, build furniture, shit like that, whatever.
Yeah,
Projects.
I get it for the wife and the kid.
Yeah.
I don't even watch sports.
Yep.
I don't do anything on it.
I mean, we watch football.
I do.
We watch football. We're Eagles fans. Go ahead and see what they're. But we're football fans. I'm not a diehard football fan. It's him, but I saw the Eagles win a Super Bowl, so I'm happy. I could die happy. And I was at the parade, so I could totally die happy. Yo, that parade was awesome. Everybody was shit faced. People were falling. It was like cold during the morning, but then when it got warmer out, everything turned to mud. It was fucking awesome. So everybody was like these girls were falling in the mud, and they dropped their phone in the mud. They were all hammered, like just trash. And they would fall in the mud, and they'd drop their phone in the mud, and they were to be like talking to somebody while they dropped it. They'd pick it up while there was mud on it, stick it on the side of their face. There was mud all over the fucking side of it. It was great. It was awesome. Best time ever.
For the record, Eagles are actually losing right now, 14-10.
Oh, wonderful.
With seconds left in the
They're a second half team.
Yeah, they are. So they'll be fine.
And if they're not, no big deal because they won a Super Bowl.
Right.
I saw a Super Bowl.
I saw it.
I know a lot of my Dallas
I watched
friends.
Big Dick Nick do the Philly special.
Yeah, I know. And while we're sitting here, see, look at this is it right here. The version.
The version.
Oh, the Coliseum.
The version.
There it
This
is.
is our
Right.
Coliseum.
Right. And if you're a Cowboys fan, but anyways.
Don't divide our viewers
I know,
like that,
but I'm
Frank.
joking. I have to do it. I'm an Eagles fan, but
I know, me
nonetheless,
too.
it's all Coliseum work.
Yes.
But as long as, I don't mind it. It's an entertainment for me. So I'll watch the entertainment, but I know the rise above. You know what I'm saying? I like the entertainment though. They had gestures back in the day. But that's the thing. Like a lot of the entertainment are the gestures that we have today. No offense, but every comedian, every actor, everybody that's up there, they're just jesters to me because they're here to entertain me. That's all your job is to do, is just to make me laugh or make me cry or make me, whatever. Your job is to entertain me. So as soon as you start talking about anything else other than what you're supposed to do, shut up.
Right.
Just shut up.
Right.
Because you're not here for anything else. I don't care. I don't care what you think or what you feel at that point in time, because just shut up and make me happy. You know what I mean?
That's why I don't like when NFL players or any kind of like professional players would take like a political stance. Like I'm not into that. I don't care about your political stance.
I hear what you're saying there, but look at Joe Rogan. He started off as a comedian and a TV commentator. Now he's got an amazing podcast.
That's true.
It's different, but it's different. It's different if you change your role. Like he changed his role. He changed what he did.
Yeah, good point. So he changed his role and now he does that instead of just being, hey, I'm doing a movie and after that I'm going to say fuck Trump. Yeah, and I'm going to go back and do my movie.
He's still a commentator. UFC.
Yeah, right. But still,
that's like a legitimate thing that he consistently does. NFL players are playing football to play football. They're political, like unless they're going to be a politician. I don't care about their political stance.
Yeah, I mean,
I
don't care about it, but I think you should have every right to say whatever.
Oh, you should. I don't think you shouldn't. I just think you as an individual should just keep it separate.
Maybe not put up on a platform.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the point? Like you're not.
Let the people put it up on.
Let me level with you for a second here. And the reason why I think that is because, like, okay, we're thousandaires, right? I'm a thousandaire.
Yeah.
What do you fucking do, right? So a thousandaire, I make some money. Totally forgot what.
If they're making a lot of money.
Oh yeah. So no, that's the thing. So they're making a lot of money. I'm a thousandaire. I don't have nearly as much money as they have. So I'm being a thousand. This is where I was going. Sorry, Francisco. Being a thousandaire, I am out of touch. with somebody that is not a thousandaire, and a thousandaire ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out of touch with people that are working a job that I worked when I was in my 20s, making $300 a week. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of touch. So I can't relate because I become insensitive because I'm assuming that everybody has what I have. That's how it works. I have this mentality. I have this brain. I have this IQ. I have this career. I have this money. And automatically I think that everybody else has it because that's just how it is. I'm out of touch. I don't realize the real struggles.
You don't feel like you're doing better than everybody else.
No, I don't. I don't. And I'm out of touch because I'm not really thinking about, well, how bad was it when I was younger? And then I think to myself, well, even if I did think about how bad it was when I was in my 20s. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, everybody in their 40s now is established like I am. That's not how it is. So if I'm out of touch at 1,000 giving you my spiel and what I feel, and you're probably going to be like, whatever, you don't know. What about somebody that's a millionaire or a billionaire? How out of touch are they? Yeah. How out of touch are these politicians that never worked a real job and the only thing that they've ever done was be a politician?
Right. How much do they care about the people that they
don't even know? They don't even know what to care
for?
about. They don't even know what to care about because they've only had one lifestyle.
Right.
I've had multiple lifestyles. I still don't relate.
Yeah.
I can't correlate. It's hard for me because I've been in this career now for over a decade. So this is all I know. I don't remember struggling as hard as I. So when I see somebody struggle, it opens my eyes and makes me feel bad and I do something for them. But that's how it is. So like if I'm out of touch that much, that my experiences don't matter as much to somebody that's having a hardship because I'm out of touch, then what about The Rock?
Right.
You're worth $800 million. I'm sorry, your struggles aren't going to be like mine. You charge $50 a shirt on Under Armour for a fucking t-shirt, dude. Okay, your struggles aren't like mine.
Yeah.
True.
They're not.
True.
So
true. I see what you're saying and I agree with it. However, I also think there are certain universal truths that can come across no matter what your level. Love, mercy, passion, exploration, and space. There's certain things, and I think that might be why Rogan actually can come from, because he's all these guys are, and he can actually kind of, you know, meet them.
But he also works with these aspiring boxers or MMA fighters, right? And a lot of them are coming from nothing, and they're just trying to fight their way from the bottom.
Right.
So he can relate. He can relate. He sees that. I mean, I work with medical professionals all day long. Who can I relate to? Or who can I not relate to? Do you know what I'm saying? Like he has somebody that comes in. You know, I don't do patient care, obviously, so I can't see patient struggles or what they're going through. I just work with doctors and stuff, or elites. You know what I'm saying? All of us are out of touch. Every one of us are out of touch. We're all have careers. We're all successful. We all make a living. So we're all out of touch.
But just being aware.
Joe Rogan won't be out of touch because he's still in touch with these upcoming boxers, these upcoming MMA guys, and he has conversations with them. Why are you boxing? Oh man, my family, this, that, and the other thing. We're struggling, talking about it. I mean, that's heartfelt. I'm sure Rogan hits that. You know what I mean? And they have heart. They have fight in their heart, fire in their heart. They want to fight everybody to get them and their family out of the slump. Do you see what I'm saying? He's in touch still.
Yeah, there's testosterone. Hearing that.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? Yeah.
But also, he doesn't have anybody that's forcing strings to be pulled on his end.
Yeah.
I just now thought of that. Those guys, they screw up one little word, their contract is toast.
Yep.
I just thought of
look at Tucker Carlson. Look at how he's changed.
Oh, yeah.
Look at how he has more P's and Q's on Fox than he does now. Because, you know.
I haven't gotten to watch any of his. I only seen some weird thing about Obama, gay lover.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
and I'm like,
that bombshell.
What is this?
It was an ex-girlfriend or something that has a letter or something that said that he couldn't stop fantasizing about being with men or something like that.
But is other stuff good?
All I'm saying is I want Michelle Obama's back. So I'm saying she got a thick back, bro. Like she does some crazy freaking lap pulls or some shit. Yeah, I ever see she got big ass back, bro. I want to know her workout.
You got a Serena back there.
Yeah. Big ass back, dude. I work out hard. I don't got that shit. What's that trick there? I don't know. I know I'm not wearing high heels to get that back. I'll tell you that.
I think she's on some type of steroids or something.
Oh yeah, right. TRT.
TRT.
There we go.
Oh, we're gonna die.
Yes. This is.
Well, she got to be the man of the relationship.
Oh, we're gonna die.
God.
We're all.
Then here, Obama came home and said, "Honey, honey, I'm president."
My name is
She's
Frank
like, no,
Smith.
we're president.
Yeah.
My name is Frank Smith. I don't know this. But anyways, back to it. So again, more and more research I did. dude, not cool stuff, man.
Now,
Not cool stuff.
well, I think another thing that really plays into everybody thinking about it so much is Christianity, because this was the time of Jesus. The
Mm.
Romans are directly talked about it.
Yep.
What's the number one religion in the world, you know?
Yep.
So I think it goes back to it
Yep.
a lot, because that's the number one focal point is his crucifixion. Was it done by the Roman, you know? And I think that's a lot to play in.
Yep. And there's all these people saying that prophecies are being fulfilled right now and God is going to rise again. And I feel that there's a big shift going on. And I mean, I'm religious. I believe in a divine right. But I feel like there's this big shift going, that there's just like super religious people just saying, whoa, you know, this is happening and this is happening. And the good Lord is coming back to save all of our people, because the world is a mess right now. And we're going through some anguish and everything like that. You know what I mean? But typically when you think about it, like even our interest rates now aren't as high as they've been.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was like 16% or some shit in the 80s or something, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 17, I believe it was. Yeah.
And people were still buying houses. Back then.
Dude, and they were buying houses at that percent.
Yeah, but I don't think the houses were as expensive as they are today. Like
True.
houses right now, my house has doubled since I bought it.
Tripled for me.
Yeah.
Mine's tripled.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
It's crazy.
Mine's tripled. It's insane. It might have came back down now, because it did come down a
It
little.
did come down a little bit. Only like 30 grand on mine. It came down a little bit. It wasn't too bad.
I haven't looked at it lately. But
Yeah.
anyways, I seen a statistic where in the during the Great Depression, amount of money people made on average compared to inflation today,
They made more.
made more money than we're making right now.
Yeah.
Hey,
During the Depression.
Yeah. But
During it.
yeah.
That's how bad we are right now.
Yeah, because of the price of goods and stuff. The
Yeah,
price
yeah.
of goods and services now is absolutely asinine.
oh, I know.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know. I would go buy $200 worth of groceries just a few years ago, and then try and do it now. You
Can't.
have like nothing in your
Can't.
cart.
Yeah, I used to be able to fill up a cart and a half, about 400. Now I'm lucky if I could get that in a cart.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Lucky.
Lucky.
Lucky if
Yeah,
it fills
I
the
just
cart.
spent like $350 on food just recently, and I felt like we didn't even have a full cart.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is what worries me, right? We're getting into the cold season, so people are going to have to choose between heat and food. That's what breaks my heart.
Where do you
That's what
go?
breaks my heart. If
Have
they
to.
allow it, because here's the thing, like
And I meet that criteria.
exactly, there's a certain criteria for you to be in the government's tit, right? And that criteria means
Oh,
if you
yeah.
make so much money, you can no longer be on this titty, right?
Right.
Yep.
Right.
So that you now lose and just lost all your incentive. You no longer have incentive. You no longer have incentive for you to do better for yourself. You're
Yeah.
like, because if I make $1 more, I lose everything else. So no, my family was like that. So my sister is epileptic. She's been epileptic, unfortunately, and it's not controlled. She's on a lot of medication. She was on a lot of medication when she was young, and my parents didn't make. I think the medication like $2,000 a month. And now my dad was on disability, and my mom worked. But where was my mom going to get $2,000 a month just for medication? Let alone
Right.
food? And there was 3 of us. It was 4 of us total: me, my brother, and my 2 sisters. So I mean, where was that going to happen? So she lost her incentive to try to make more money.
Yeah.
And my dad was on disability because he got hurt working a coal, not a coal, like an oil burner company.
Okay.
But he wasn't allowed to work because he was like temporary disability at one point in time. He went full disability, but even while temporary disability, they only let you allow you to make so much money. And if you, excuse me, if you make more than that money, you're kicked off of disability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've read that right now with the way that the government gives you between food stamps and insurance and everything like that, you need to make it close to $80-some thousand for it to be worth getting off the government.
Ow.
But yeah, I mean, think about it though.
Yes, it's
Here's a-
crazy high because you have
Holy
insurance, you have the
Yeah.
food stamps and everything like that. From when I was reading, it's $83,000 was the number that's coming out of my head for you to get off, for you to have it be worth to get off the government.
Do you guys remember when having a $50,000 a year job was a good thing?
Dude, I
Fuck
remember
yeah.
$100,000 was the goal.
Yeah.
If you make $100,000, you're set. Dude, $100,000 don't do shit these days. Not shit. I mean,
more.
even a $200,000 income, you'll have a little bit to save,
Yeah.
but it's not like it used to be. It's
Right.
not like it used to. It's wild. Wow.
Gee.
Well, I know, like, so
And then look at the college education. Look at the prices of that now. Look at, for me to learn about trees, it cost me $60,000. What?
yeah, it's fucking insane.
Then I'm not going to get a job when I'm out of it.
And you're
I mean-
spending the rest of your life paying off your debt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you can get a job.
If you can get a
If
job.
you get a job.
And then to buy a house, to add that on
Good luck
top.
with that.
Yeah.
7%. Good luck.
That's why most people will
luck.
stay on the government then and just,
Well, that's the thing. They want the rates to be like that because less people own houses.
get housing.
And then, you know, who knows? Maybe the next conspiracy theorist is going to say they're going to make sure the land's not livable. So you have to move in these 15 minutes.
Right.
That's all. I mean, let's put it this way. If you made enough money that you never have to work a day in your life and you just have a plethora of money, what's the next thing you would go after? Something you can't have. These people that make the money, that have that much money, they always want something that they can't have. And when you have that much money, what is something that you can't have with that much money? I'm sorry to say this, but children.
Yeah.
Sorry to say this. We know about the Black Book, also children, power. What else is there? Because all you're going to do at the end of the day is just make more money, but you already have it. So what is it? What's left? That's the dilemma. I mean, like, can you, I would try to be a true philanthropist and try to help everybody out. Like, you know, let's solve world hunger. Let's do something else. Let's do something else. You know what I mean? Like, well, Elon offered to do that, but he said, all right, no government could get involved in it. I'll give you the money and you have to tell me the plan. And the government backed out. Oh, but he's the demon. You know what I mean? Like, come on, a dude just said he would end world hunger for us if you devise a plan. We're intelligent people. There should be no reason we can't devise a plan.
Right.
To save people. The only reason you wouldn't do it is because you choose not to do it.
Right. Why give them the reason to be self-sufficient? Why do that?
What?
There's nothing in it for them. There's nothing. They have to give us something to lose. That's what they do. And there's a bunch of countries like that. They give people something to lose.
Yep. Our country is our world is surrounded by water, but we're going to go after minerals in the ground, do the next things. Like things just don't matter. Things just don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like for the electric cars, for instance, they need a coal plant just for like one of the factories to build the trucks. Why don't you just go after water? Why are you going after all these minerals that are special minerals that are worse to the world to get them? You know what I mean? And that only lasts so long, and then they sit in a landfill. You know what I mean? Like same thing with oil. What keep pulling up all that natural oil and everything? That's going to go away eventually, right? I mean,
conspiracy theories that it's made.
that's true. You know what I mean? You never know. You know, like a barrel. You know what I mean? A barrel of oil is facade. You know. No. But nonetheless, water. How much water? People are thirsty. There's people dying of thirst out there in third world countries and stuff like that. So why don't we be a true philanthropist and develop or put money into something instead of trying to go to fucking Mars?
Right.
Why don't we put the money into trying to get salt water to real water, to convert it over or change things? Salt water to water to now hydrogen or whatever to run the cars.
Right.
I mean, Toyota or somebody's doing at least they're messing with water.
Oh, water's always been a thing. The governments have confiscated.
Yeah, why can't we push it? You know, Howard Johnson Motors. Why can't we learn about Howard Johnson Motors? Why can't somebody teach us how to make Howard Johnson Motor? You know what a Howard Johnson Motor is? The Howard Johnson Motor is people are making them out of old dryers. You put magnets in them and they spin them. And once you spin them, the earth magnets will make it keep spinning. And all you need for energy is a revolution, right? So this thing will spin and spin and spin with earth magnets, causing a revolution, and then they tie in that with electricity. Just think about it. If you have that spin on a magnet and hook it up to one of those alternators,
like limitless power.
It's endless power. And a Howard Johnson motor is endless power. It's using earth magnets to produce energy.
Reliable is that?
Oh, I don't even know that. Don't even get me started on that. But I bet you,
like a rocket scientist for you.
I bet you would be messed up or something like that. I mean, I don't know. You never know. But I mean, I see people that are creating energy out of water. They have a circle with water bottles on it with so much water in it, and they spin it, and then water moves.
Yeah, I see
as
that
it goes
before.
around, and in that they were plugging light bulbs and shit into it. Why can't we do that?
We can.
We can do that.
I don't.
We choose not to,
no money
because then
in
if we
that,
do
though.
that, then the electric companies can't make money off it.
Right.
And I heard this conspiracy theories is the electric companies change the frequency of the wattage and everything coming in, so things don't work well. So people are getting these boxes outside of their house that change the watt from the outside to everything on the inside for them to save money on the electric. The reason is that when you give electric like that and it's not timed up right, you need more electricity to get the same output out. So they can charge you more. That's what I've been reading. Again, another conspiracy theory.
Definitely.
Do your research, people. Do your research.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm saying it's all, I get back to your question. I know this is huge rant, but back to your question. All about power. It's all about power.
Power.
And control.
Control.
Or control.
Yep.
I mean, what kind of incentive do you have if you're, let's just say you make $500 a month and the government gives you $500 in food stamps, but if you make $200 more, they're taking away those food stamps.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the incentive?
Opportunity cost is $300.
Right.
Yeah. That's a shame.
And not only that, the opportunity cost, you lose $300 to not be at home.
Yeah, not only that,
You lose $300 to go out and work.
you'll lose the food stamps, you'll lose your health insurance, you'll lose, if you get lie heap in the winter because you have oil, or something
Government
like
housing,
that, the government housing,
8.
something like that, you'll lose it all. If you make $200 more.
Yeah, but what's the solution there? I mean, a gradual step up that costs us more money. What's the solution?
It's us firing the government for losing trillions of dollars.
Yeah. Well, okay. So let me touch on
Another
that.
thing is that what we need to do is we need to start putting consequences and repercussions on politicians. So if a government shutdown happens, you don't get paid either. If a government shutdown happens on your watch, you're fired.
Yeah. That'd be that's a good idea.
Like let's start. You know what? Since we have we live in a right to work state, right? You know what a right to work state is? You know what that is, what that means? So we live in a right to work state. What that means is that we don't have to give per se a legitimate reason to fire you, as long as it's not one of these number of things. So it can't be discrimination on age, can't be discrimination on sex, can't be discrimination on these number of things like medical, stuff like that. However, if I don't like your fucking shoes, you're out.
Yeah.
And I could say you didn't perform well, and they don't look into it. As long as it's not one of those things. That's a right to will state. Right to work state, whatever.
Right.
It's a right to work state. Right to work.
Yeah.
So we live in a right to work state. No problem there. You know what I mean? So if we get treated like that, why can't we treat them like that? We supposedly voted you in. You aren't doing your job. We live in a right to work country. Get the fuck out.
Right.
We don't like what you did. See ya.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So, and if I worked at a titty bar, I was the money man at the door collecting everybody's money coming in. If my money was off, I had to pay the house. So if I fucked up, somebody got in for free. They got on free on my dime now. That's my fault.
Yeah.
That was his. Now, if I worked at Sears per se, and I fucked up or I stole money from Sears, would I keep my job? They'd probably prosecute me. So then why are they keeping their job for decades and decades? And if I'm allowed to retire at 65 and you expect me to retire at 65, why are you working at 80 something? There has to be a reason for you to be in the House or in Senate at 80 years old. Why? What's your incentive? That's what I'm saying. Like, we need to hold them accountable.
It goes back to a bit of the Coliseum. Hey, don't look at what we're doing over here in the House and the Senate.
Orange man bad.
Look at this over here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, like that's another thing. We have no money. We're broke. We have nothing. We have heroin is going crazy, rampant. I mean, Philadelphia is a mess. Kensington's a fucking disaster.
Fentanyl's bad.
We have all this. We have all these problems here. We have all these fucking problems here. We have Canada smoking us out. We have all this shit going on here. Ohio with the train derailment.
Yep.
Everything like that. Do we have money for that? No, but we have money for Ukraine.
No, but
lots of money for Ukraine.
So here,
let's put it this way. You want an answer to how we would stop this about the people not having money and doing stuff like that? Take the money that you gave to Ukraine and put it back in the United States.
Thank you.
Because that money that they gave to Ukraine, that billions and billions of dollars they gave to Ukraine, they would have gave all of us. They would have gave all of us at least $1,000.
Here's the other issue,
or more than that.
When you give people money, most of them, especially when they're in the lower economic area,
they spend it all.
They spend it all. They don't know what they're doing with it.
Right.
Yep.
And they just end up right back where they were.
Yeah.
So I think it would have to be more than just throwing money at it.
Yeah.
Being incentivized or trained. Or
I know.
something.
My thing is if we don't have enough, like we have like all these programs and stuff where we raise money for other countries to make their living better. Why are we the only
what do you call paying taxes, raising money?
Okay, I'm just saying,
raise no money for these people.
But they'll take our money and they'll give it to other countries to improve the quality of life for other countries.
Yeah.
Right. So why is there no other countries that do that for us? Why are we in charge of taking care of every other country in this world? Why don't they why is there no I don't know, in Germany, why don't they have funds set aside to help the quality of life here in America?
I think the best thing we can do is just take money out of politics. So you're not allowed to invest in the stock market. Nobody in your family is allowed to invest in this. You're making this decision to be a politician, and you need to talk to your family members, everybody in your family, about being a politician, because you're making this decision for all of them. Right. You or anybody related to you or married or anything like that in your family is not allowed to have anything to do with the stock market. It's all insider trading. Yep. All insider trading. So no stock market stuff. We're going to have term limits.
Yep.
However, the thing that bothers me with term limits is now these fuckers know that they only have this amount of time frame to make as much money as they can. So they're going to be double fucking shitty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need to get rid of the manipulation that we have in our politics. What do they call them?
Oh, the people that push for the money.
Yeah. Not a racketeer. It's you know what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about. They push for the money for the people. They're the,
I forget what it is, but they don't push for the people. They push the money for the pharmacies.
Well, yeah,
shit like that.
for whatever organization is actually acquiring them is what they do.
And you think about it, like even these politicians at the end of the day, I forget what it is. Well, it'll come to us. It'll come. But anyways, if you look at these politicians, they're the same thing as the actors and stuff. Actors Guild. Because at the end of the day, they won their nomination. They're now a politician. So now they have to work for the next one. And to do that, they have to keep the people that gave the money for their their run happy.
Yeah, the money.
It's all money driven. So for me to be a politician, well, look at freaking Cardface, Fetterman or whatever is.
Oh, gee.
Look at him. He had no money whatsoever. And then he just got shoved money out of everywhere. Just pushed so much money for him to go. So now he's going to have to keep everybody happy that gave him all that money. See what I mean? Instead of the people.
Yeah.
Instead of the people. And all of them do that, no matter what side it is. Like, I know I've talked about MAGA and I've talked about a lot of stuff, but I don't really align with either side. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel that they're both wings of the crooked bird. You know what I'm saying? So like, it don't matter if you're left wing, right wing, red, blue, whatever, you're still crooked because you're still at that higher level of the Roman Empire where you're the elites.
Yeah.
The senators.
You're still going to look out for your
else.
interests first.
And I'm down here. And you're going to feed me with beer and everything and watch gladiators. And you're just going to tell me to shut my fuck. Or you're going to tell me that you don't work for me. But really you do. You know what I'm saying? More reason I'm not happy I did this research.
Well, I mean, some of the things they did let the Greeks still have.
Yeah.
You know, they actually included religion, let peoples of their areas have their religion.
They did some decent stuff, but then they did some horrible stuff. So I mean, we could say the same thing about our United States government. They did some good things. They did some good things, but the majority of things they're not. And not only that, but they're sneaky. They're so sneaky. They write these huge 500-page bills and they sneak shit in there. Like, write a bill that's just a bill about the bill. Don't write a bill. It's a bill that includes 50 other things about the bill. Yeah, like, don't be sliding shit in there. Oh, here's the economy, or here's the economics part of it. We're going to give this much this. Oh, we're also going to give this over here. Like, no. You know what I mean? Like, if this is a bill for money for this, then don't include money for that over here.
Yeah, make it a separate bill.
And don't put it in the middle of the night. And don't make people read it in 3 days.
Yeah.
And then, we're so technology driven. Why don't we just have a real-time voting app on our phone and have it as much integrity as the voting that we have now? Nobody should be a problem with that. It's more the right side that's complaining about voting integrity right now than the left side. So now, now, right.
Before it was the other way around.
Before it was the other way around,
Yeah,
right. So like, why don't we take both aspects out and just have a voting app that we make sure is secure and we let the citizens vote? But here's another thing. Like, I also agree and disagree with the whole voting thing. Like, I want everybody to have a say. However, if you're living off the government tit and you're not putting anything into the society, and I'm the one paying for society, why do you have a vote?
Right.
Why do you have a vote? Because no offense, if you're, and this is going to be horrible, but if you're a cum dumpster, I mean, we are open. If you're a cum dumpster and you just have kids all day, and you just get government subsidies and food stamps, and that's it. You never work a day in your life. Just take. Why do you get to say what goes on with my money?
Right. Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. No, two of those. Actually.
I know one very well. I'm not with her anymore. So I'm just saying.
Oh dear.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, I agree. I hear what you're saying.
Or work under the table because you don't want to pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have no contributions to the society. Why do you get to choose decisions for society? I think we need to have structure. I think if we need to have a license to take a driver's test or drive a car or get a beer or buy cigarettes, we should have a license to vote. And that license should be approved or not, depending on what contributions you've given. Now, I know we have to worry about gray areas like the elderly or people that retired that put money in. Yeah. Or, something like that. We have to think about the people that should get a vote, even though they haven't put something in the society, like the stay-at-home moms that took care of the kids. Now the kids are going to take care of us, stuff like that. We still need to be in that. However, if you're going to be a piece of shit
and just do nothing.
It's like, oh, I got to do what's best for my family. I'm going to vote for this person because I know I'm going to get the most out of them for free. Free.
That's not looking out for
That's
the.
not looking.
You're not looking out for the interest of a majority of like the working people.
And it's not the interest, and it's different than looking at your interest for you being a hustler and trying to make money for your family or trying to do good for your family and show an example compared to I'm just going to sit here, wait for my money, and show my family how to do that. You see what I mean? There's a difference there. You know what I mean? And again, there are going to be some people that don't contribute to a society as much as we're thinking should contribute to society that should have a say. But then there's a lot of people out there that shouldn't.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I think we pretty much beat this topic.
We?
Yeah, or me, maybe.
I mean, there's a lot.
Welcome back to the Talk to Frank podcast.
There's a lot to the Roman Empire, but that's our little bit of it.
Yeah. Yeah. You had the best facts, though.
Oh,
you had a lot of facts of how it started and everything like that.
Cool. Well, interesting though. The last ruler of Rome was actually named Romulus.
Is that true?
I believe so. I'm pretty sure that's what I read. I could be wrong.
That's wild.
But I saw the creator of Rome in their mythology was Romulus, and the last person full Rome was Romulus.
That's pretty fast.
Dude, I'm learning so much shit. And you've already made me feel stupid twice today. So
what did I do?
I know a lot of mythology. I can tell you about
on everybody.
I can tell you about the Roman gods. That's about all I got for you.
Yeah, that's good enough. And the only stuff I know is from the research I did, and it just scared the shit out of me. So I had to talk about it. I did a bunch of research about it and how it compared. And
no, you enlightened me to a lot of stuff. I didn't know half of that.
How at the end times with them, they started getting confused about gender.
Oh
no, they didn't. Are you fucking serious?
God,
I did not know that. No, I did not see that.
Did you not see?
I did not see
that.
The
biggest talking point.
That's
one of the biggest talking points.
They got confused about gender.
ChatGPT failed me.
Oh Jesus! ChatGPT would not put that in. I'm sure.
No. More bias, I guess.
They started getting all weird with their genders, and they started changing them.
Oh,
sound familiar?
Yeah,
and that was right at their end times.
Wow.
Well, it was nice knowing you guys.
Yeah.
When United States falls.
You just weren't mentioning it.
Oh, I did not know that.
Holy cow! Yeah, terrifying.
Wow. See, I told you made me feel stupid today.
Oh, come on now.
No, but seriously, that is fucking nuts.
Now you got to keep your opinion to yourself on that.
No, this is an opinionated show. It's coming.
Hey, never mind. All right.
You know what I mean?
Say no more.
Wow.
No, I mean, say more. Don't not say no more. Say.
That's crazy. Wow. This is fucked up.
Yeah.
Real bad.
We're going downhill
real
fast.
Bad.
Oh. Did it say anything in there about Did it say anything in there about the people turning into animals like cats?
Oh, geez.
No, I didn't see anything about that.
Well, that's new to the United States Empire, then.
that's the new version now.
People thinking they're cats.
Yes. Well, they're putting.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I know.
You know about that?
Litter boxes.
Yes.
In the
That was by Middletown, Pennsylvania. That was like right by home. That was close.
Are you serious?
That was like by Harrisburg area. I thought, yeah.
No, hold on. You're telling me they're actually doing this now? They're actually putting litter boxes.
I thought you guys were on the same fucking page.
I mean, I heard about it, but I didn't know they were actually doing it.
No, I thought there was a school. I'll find out. I'll confirm it tonight, fuckers.
Please.
But I thought there was a school that was close to Harrisburg that put litter boxes in their school because there was a couple girls that thought they were kittens.
I was talking about at FurryCon or whatever it's called. It's a big thing.
Okay.
At like FurryCon, they do it in the hotels.
Yeah, they are called furries.
Yeah, I don't know what they had a convention. The hotels, they were putting litter boxes in the hotels for them.
No way.
Using the hotels.
Well, there's furries in high schools around here,
I know. I've heard about that.
Legit. In this area.
We have 2 in our area. I can attest for it in the middle school.
I know 2, and I know
at Pottsville.
I didn't want to name drop, but yes.
I don't want to name drop.
There's another school.
Way.
There's another school.
What are these parents doing?
Nothing. What would they be?
That's what
shell
would that
parents?
Shell No, I don't know. What
parents?
Retarded.
That's a terrible word to use for that, but I don't.
Yeah, it's funny enough.
Yeah, I don't see any different. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous to think about.
I can't.
What the hell are there?
Well, there's also fairies in Pottsville too. Do you guys know what fairies are?
I know there's
used to
fairies.
Call fairies something different.
No, not those fairies.
Not
those ones. No, it's an
call
actual people group now.
They just like
they're
Tinkerbell
soccer players, foot fairies.
They just wear the ears.
They wear the ears, they get the hair done, they have some sort of makeup thing, and they call themselves figure fairies. There's actually surgery to do the ears now.
No, stop it.
It's a real thing.
guys
They're
and
in
girls.
Pottsville
Stop, or
too.
whatever your gender is. Stop it.
Why can't you just realize that your individuality is yourself and you don't need to make yourself look like somebody else to be an individual? I don't understand this.
You know
You
what?
don't need to change.
I don't understand
You
this
don't
at
need to change
Maybe
who
it's
you are
because
to be your own person.
You don't get to go through. Okay, I heard a psychologist talk on this, and he said because we don't get to go through, there's stages of development
Yeah.
when you're a child.
Yeah.
One of them is imaginary. That takes place
Oh.
between 3 and 8, I believe.
I used to pretend like I was a dog and stuff. So yeah.
I always
sense.
pretended, you know,
Yeah.
cops, robbers,
Right.
Everything.
Yeah.
Rambo. You pretended.
Yep.
I
He said
liked
Rambo.
Rambo.
He said Rambo, not rainbow, right? Oh, it's a rainbow. No. RGB.
God.
Did
I
you
used to just arc in my living room. I just pretend I was an arc. Rainbow.
What are you doing over there? Arcing out?
Yeah,
I'm arcing out.
All right.
See any gold over there?
Oh dear. No, but so psychology is saying because we throw kids in front of tablets and TVs, they don't get to experience their imagination sequence of their raise of their brain development, and it's starting to come out later on when it shouldn't be.
Makes
I
sense.
see.
So I got to go home and pretend I'm like a dinosaur at my kid or
Yes.
something.
It's important.
Well, my
to.
kids love when I pretend to be a zombie or a dinosaur, anything to
I-
scare them and get them to run away. Like they love it.
Oh, I just teach my kid how to wrestle. She knows how to chop block me now at 2 years old.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty
Nice,
awesome. She was
dude.
shoulder blocking me the other day. She'd dive at me and hit me in my shoulder with hold shoulder and she'd make the
Yeah.
wrestling. Bah! She going, bah! I would teach her how to sell. Like I throw a pillow at her and she gets hit and she goes,
Gonna be
falls
a
backward and stuff. She's great.
gonna be a
Me too.
wrestling.
Yeah, you never know.
What are they
Never
called?
know.
The divas. Is that what
Yeah,
they're? The
yeah,
divas.
never
Wrestling
know.
divas.
Divas.
Trying to teach her how to take a bump. We'll be next. We'll see how it goes.
Yes.
Anyways, well, that got hot at the end.
Yeah.
Sure
yeah.
did.
What the heck?
This is a great one.
This
is
was
a
fun.
good
This was a
podcast.
good
This
one.
is a good podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We had
this-
great information. I was challenged multiple times. It made me rethink things
I
a
had
couple
to think
times.
A lot of things.
Like the whole Rogan thing blew my fucking mind when you brought Rogan up. I'm like, dead on, man. You fucking called me out. It is. No, it is. That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for. I like that. I mean, and think about it. If we're enlightening just the three of us sitting here, and we know a lot about it, the same stuff, we're kind of the same mentality, same area and stuff like that. Imagine what the fuck we're gonna do.
Yeah.
For people outside of here. I mean, we're roughneck fucking dudes. You know what I mean? But that's kind of real raw and cut. I'm not putting on a facade for anybody. Maybe I'm holding back on my words a little bit. I am a little worried about cancel culture at times and stuff. But I'm still pretty raw. I still tell it how it is. I still tell how I feel. And I'm open for conversation to change how I feel and how I
Have to be.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why. Yeah, I agree.
That's why
I know you, and I know this is pretty raw for you too. I mean, this is pretty much how we talk.
Right.
Yeah.
All the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't change it up.
And outside of this is how you and me talk, anyway.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, in worst case scenario, if we say something that's offensive, we'd apologize for something being offensive. I mean, some of the words that we use are off the hip or whatever.
Yeah.
And I mean, I especially apologize to some of the politicians. I said things I don't want to die, but I mean, just nonetheless, if we say something that's offensive, we have no problem to apologize for it and manipulate things. We're not looking to get hatred. We're looking to help people and just enlighten people and be enlightened ourselves.
Exactly.
And if you guys have anything that you want to share with us too about anything
hope
you
you do.
might know,
Or that you want us to talk about.
I already have people that want to know if they can dial in and have conversations with us. Like I told somebody about this Roman thing that we were talking about, and they said they wanted involved. And I said, "Oh no, you can't do that." But they're like, "Oh, we want to talk." And I said, "Maybe one time, maybe we'll do like a TikTok or something where you could bring somebody else on a TikTok and have like a video on."
We
there
could do that.
Maybe I saw that they have this new screen that you can pull out of a briefcase that has a phone thing that you can put TikTok on. You can see everything there. That's kind of cool. Maybe we can invest into that
I've
sometime
seen
or something
that.
like that.
I think I know what
I think it's like a 30-some inch or a 42-inch screen in a
That'd be
briefcase.
really cool.
It's pretty neat. And then it turns too. So like it wouldn't only be landscape. We could turn it to portrait, and portrait would probably be a little better for us because then we could see them and see the chats and stuff coming. So I mean, I think it would be good to eventually invoke some people, and because we are here for growth. I mean, we're all here. I mean, it would be nice if we made a living off of this, so we could do it more instead of the stuff that's on the side, like our normal endeavors.
Oh, can you imagine if we can invest all of our time into research?
But nonetheless, we're here just to enlighten people. That's really what it is. Even if we just enlightened 3 people, I'm happy we'd spent this time doing this stuff.
That's literally what I said in the car on the way over here. I'd be happy if it just got to 1, but I want it to get to more.
I mean, if somebody just reached out to us and be like, hey man, I really enjoyed your podcast. It made me really think about something. The Roman Empire is really what's going on here. I'm not going to deal with this government bullshit anymore either. I will not comply with your horse shit when I see double standards or hypocrisy in it. You brought a lot of good points up. I would call this a successful podcast. Wake up. Just one person. Just
for sure.
I mean, that would probably make me feel like a snowball effect. Like, yeah, we're doing good. Let's keep going. Get more people involved. Freak out, man. No, but it would be nice. That would be a good podcast. Yeah, it would be a success for me.
Yeah, communicate with us. Just leave some comments. Tell us what you guys think. Let us know. You can enlighten us a little bit too.
Leave the hate at home. We're not here about hate. So I mean, unless you're a Sigma, because we deserve it.
Okay, that part, yeah. All right, I was gonna, no,
if you're a true Sigma, you won't
enjoy.
comment on it anyway because you don't care.
Yeah, bring the hate.
Yeah, I like debating. I like debating. So I mean,
I like debating. I just don't like hate. Oh, you're a bigot. Look at what you said. You're a bigot. No, I'm not a fucking bigot. That's you being weak because you don't want to challenge me.
The truth.
Have a conversation with me. You're a bigot, or I'm a racist, or whatever. Yeah, but I'm nothing.
The problem, nobody wants to actually debate anymore. I'm right, or you're
go with what I'm saying, or I'm offended. Pretty much.
I had a debate.
And look at you say the shit to me, and I don't agree with. Like I said something. You're like, I don't agree with that, and then you talk about it, and you're like, you make fucking great points. I fucking. You know what I mean? And then that challenges me, and then I change things. I'm like, you know what? Fuck, I hate him, but man, he makes great fucking points.
Right.
And he's fucking right, and I need to think like that. That's how it goes. That's how it should be.
That's how I feel with you guys. When you guys bring up these points, I'm like, oh, I did not think of that.
I could see
that. And my wheel starts turning.
You do a little bit, but you and I really wear our feelings on our face.
I love going against you, dude.
Because
it's respectful.
But I could see when your wheels are turning because of your face, and I'm sure I show that too.
Yeah.
And you tilt your head a little bit, but you're not as easy to read as you.
Right.
You wear your feelings on your face more like I do. But nonetheless, I like that. I like the challenging stuff. I like educating. I like teaching, saying some things that you didn't know and learning a little bit about it. Like,
most of the times I have a point to say and I think about it and then you just keep going for a bit. Then I forget about the point completely.
I do that too.
That's why I bring this so I can just be like, I'll ignore that point so I can listen.
Right. That's tough for me.
Or circle back, like you brought up some stuff. So then I circle back some of my notes and stuff. Yeah. It works, man. As long as I'm not talking too much, because I am a talker. I sit in the basement.
No, we're gonna call this.
I feel you. I'm in an empty office all day.
So I'm like, oh my god, people, testosterone. I can talk about stuff that's not girl stuff.
That's hilarious.
Right with you, man.
No more Bluey.
No, this podcast is going to be named Frank's talk on the Roman Empire or something.
Frank hates government.
Oh god. That was good though.
Yes.
That was a good one.
Thank you for your time. Sorry for being windy. Long-winded.
No,
Thank you very much.
That was fun.
All right.
That was fun. All right, Joe.
Thank you.
See you later.
Next time.